and welcome back to Wildsunne Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. So, about a month ago, I think, we did a lovely video talking about making these rattles out of what I hope you can see is a ribbon spool. This must have had some wide lace or something in it. And I used a couple of techniques for making little adornments, and I thought it would be fun to do a couple of videos this weekend, right before Valentine's Day, to maybe help you make some Valentines. So this I am calling a fluffy puff, which is a ridiculous name, but it is kind of fluffy and it does puff out. So I thought I would teach you how to make this, okay? So there's that. What we are going to need is a long strip of paper. This is 11 inches long, and I wanted to show you the differences. This is a 1 inch tall, this yellow paper, and this green paper is 1.5 inches tall, and this purple paper is 2 inches tall. So I just wanted to go through the making of how to do this. So you take a piece of paper, and I've been experimenting, and I've carefully measured out the spaces here and cut them. I don't know, I have this feeling that like if this edge went up and down, it'd be interesting. Like some of these tendrils from the center would be longer and some would be shorter. I don't really know what that would look like. That is an experiment that you can make. But anyway, the basics is you take a long strip of paper and you cut, you fringe the paper, and I'm leaving, hope you can see that there. It is, it's about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, or these are actually kind of different, so somewhere in there. And what I do is I put I'm right-handed, so I put my left hand behind and I kind of rest the scissors back here on my fingers. It just helps me hold them steady. And then you can get kind of a rhythm going. So we do this all the way down, and I started on this 1 inch paper, and I did all the little fuzzies. And now what I started doing was rolling these up. So I started at the end and I put a little line of glue on the part that isn't cut. That becomes the base of the fluffy puff. And then I just roll this up and just make sure that I'm rolling it straight every couple of turns. And then this is just Elmer's glue, and so that needs a little bit of a holding, and a clothespin does a great job at that. Now this is the 2-inch wide piece of paper, and the these little scissors aren't long enough to get all the way down in one cut, and I kind of like it when they do. So now I'm kind of cutting backwards, which I decided was a good idea because I wanted you to know that oh, here we can do it like this. It doesn't really matter which direction you cut in. And again, I'm resting the back part of the scissors on my fingers to just help me make sure I'm cutting pretty straight lines. Now this 2-inch strip of paper is going to make a pretty wide puff. And the 1-inch paper in yellow is going to make a pretty narrow puff. Okay, and again, yes, this is an art glitter glue bottle, but inside is just Elmer's glue, because I really like this little tiny nozzle. It helps me be able to draw a nice skinny little line, which means that there's quite a bit of water in Elmer's glue, but because I can draw such a thin line, it allows me to not have the paper get too wet and then warp. And if you've done almost any amount of, come on you little, there we go. Let that sit for a sec. Now here is this 1-inch base, and I'm going to fluff it out just like the green one, and you can see underneath that base that I didn't cut. And what you do to fluff it out is just kind of twist and pull it out, and you just keep going around and fluffing until you get something that has the amount of fluff that you want. There we go. And so now we have, whoops, let's see if I can get a little more light there. A lovely little puff. And there's the base, the part that I didn't cut. Now let's compare this 1-inch with this 2-inch. So again, we've got something that almost looks like a tassel. And by the way, this is a great way to make a tassel. You can make this piece of paper be 4 or 5 or 8 inches. I mean, as long as you want. And you can make this top part that you don't cut a little bit longer if you like. And then you could, you know, paste some pretty decorations around the top. You could put a bead through the middle, you know, play around with that. There are about 1,000 million ways we could play around with this. Now this is pretty interesting. Both the yellow and the purple are 11 inches long because that's how long cardstock is. If you wanted, I mean, clearly with these longer strips, this has a much airier, the purple has a much airier look to it than the yellow because the strips are so much longer. So if you wanted to maybe cut 2 strips and glue them together, you know, roll up the first strip and then start rolling up the second strip, that might help this look a little fuller. Oh, I'm just looking at this 1.5-inch piece. You know, I could have rolled up the 1.5-inch piece in this pale lavender and then rolled the darker purple around that, and it would have given a little bit more fluff in the middle. So yeah, just keep playing with it and fluffing it out so that it ends up looking like what you want. If you wanted to, you could take, and I don't have a bead here to do that with, but you could take a little bead and put it right down there in the middle. That would also be a look. And either of these, you could glue the bottom and then stick it on a card, or, oh, I wanted to show you this, and I meant to pre-cut this, and I forgot. So now we're going to watch me hand cut. There is a tag. So I could put a ribbon through there. I could put a heart here. I could put some glue on the bottom of the fluffy and put that right there for a nice dimensional tag. So you can make a card, you can make a tag, you can go back to the video, and why don't I try to remember to put the link for this video down in the description box. So there's another card I thought about making. Here's another fluffy. So, yeah, just play. It's a pretty simple craft. It takes a little patience and breath work to make all of your cuts look like what you want them to look like. So I could put that on that card, and this really wants to fall over a lot. That looks kind of cool, actually. I like that. So I wish for all of us a very happy Valentine's Day. I wish you love in all of its many forms this weekend and on Valentine's Day and throughout the rest of your life. Have fun hand making your own Valentine celebration. And I think I will have another 1 or 2 videos this weekend. So you have some more inspiration for your holiday. See you next time. Bye.